And now you can see the Backseat Mogul Show in all its video glory on our YouTube page at roughedge.tv. It's tiki time at Harbor Cove Cafe. Dive into the tropical paradise at the end of Spinnaker Drive in Ventura with vibrant drinks, delicious bites, award-winning fish and chips, and more. Now featuring extended hours and happy hour, Fridays from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Harbor Cove Cafe, the hidden treasure at the end of Spinnaker Drive. Visit harborcovecafe.net for more information.
Showbiz is a cruel and shallow money trench, a long plastic hallway where thieves and pimps run free and good men die like dogs for no good reason. There's also a bad side.
This is the Backseat Mogul Show live here on Rough Edge FM. And as always, John was entertaining us during the opening there because we're playing some Slam Alice music as our background music, and John likes to dance to it. I don't know how to describe the dance at all. It's like a seizure.
Well, it's practice.
That's probably true.
I think it's more entertaining for me than it is for you guys.
That's JohnyD, by the way.
Merry Christmas.
And next to him, we got Jeff Gernet.
Hello.
Good morning, Jeff.
Morning.
And we are here to talk about stuff today, showbiz related. We do have a, is it as bad as they say it is? And I will say in this case, yes, but we'll get there in a minute. I thought we'd start off today talking about Rob Reiner. Everybody knows what happened to Rob Reiner and his wife. And I can honestly say that I think he was one of the great filmmakers of this era, at least. He made some bad movies, there's no question, but the movies he made that were good were outstandingly good. And his last movie was Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. And it was a return to the band Spinal Tap, which is like the Monkees. It's a fake band, but they were very entertaining. And This Is Spinal Tap is one of the, if you look on like best movies of all time lists, it's usually in the top 100 somewhere. And we were surprised, Johnny and I went, because we thought, are they really going to revisit Spinal Tap after all these years? And he nailed it again. Spinal Tap 2 was almost as good as Spinal Tap 1.
Like the Monkees, didn't they play their own instruments?
Oh, absolutely. Wrote their own songs. Yeah, everything. So I don't know if the Monkees wrote their own songs.
I would really call them a fake. I don't know if they might have, maybe some of them. Well, actually, Mike Nesmith.
They said that they played in 1968. That didn't happen. That makes them a fake band.
No, Mike Nesmith was a songwriter.
Okay, but did they write all their music? Because the Spinal Tap
not all their music.
Okay, so that's my.
Because I know Boyce and Hart wrote some of their songs. I even think Neil Diamond did.
I probably shouldn't have said the Monkees because I knew we'd go off on this tangent.
As a matter of fact, a song that Mike Nesmith wrote was a big hit for Linda Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies. Different drum.
Oh, that's it. That was called "Sit on My Face and Tell Me That You Love Me."
No.
Oh.
That
Heard
was
that one,
Spinal
It's
Tap.
Monty Python, actually.
Yeah, that's
I thought it was Spinal Tap. Could have been Spinal Tap.
It could have been Spinal Tap. Anyway, so I thought we're just going to go around the table and talk about what our favorite Rob Reiner movie is. And I'm going to start because I want Jeff to be last. And because my favorite Rob Reiner movie is, This Is Spinal Tap's up there, but I love The Princess Bride. And I do have a history with The Princess Bride. So let me briefly take you all through this. When I was in junior high school, I had this friend, Sue Davis. I'm still friends with Sue Davis. She's the smartest person I've ever met in my life. She's an amazing human being. Anyway, she told me that I needed to read this book because I was reading a book by William Goldman at the time, and it was either Marathon Man or one of the other books by William Goldman. And she said, you need to read his Princess Bride. And I said, okay. And so she said, make sure you get the red letter edition. And I go, red letter edition. What is that? So I went down to the bookstore and I'm looking on the shelves, and there's The Princess Bride, and there's the book on the shelf, and I grab it off and I open it up, and some of the type is in red and some of the type is in black. That's why it was called the red letter edition. When the author was talking to the reader, the type was red. When he was telling the story of The Princess Bride, the type was in black. So he would interrupt himself, much like the movie does, and just start talking to you. By the way, the reason I mention this is because, you know, it was really a fascinating read. And William Goldman, if you don't know him, he wrote dozens of books. I think he passed away like 5 or 6 years ago. He wrote the screenplay for and won the Oscar for Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He's just he was the first screenwriter to receive $1 million for a script. He's just a big name, and I love this stuff. And when I finished Princess Bride, I had fallen in love with the book because of its creativity as much for its story. And I thought to myself, literally, there's no way they could ever make this a movie. It will not happen. And then one day, and I don't know how the fact that it was being made slipped through my fingers, but I got it. I was writing for the paper and I got an invite in the mail. I'll never forget the invite, because usually invites to press screenings were on these cardboard things that were like very, very nice, really glossy and pretty nice. This was just a letter. Say, hey, come see Princess Bride. Okay. I guess they made a movie out of Princess Bride. And I had to beg my friend Carl to go with me because, you know, he's that we're in high school, and do I really want to see a movie called The Princess Bride?
It sounds like a chick flick.
Yeah. And so, but he did, and we both went, and we both it fell in love with it. They absolutely nailed the book perfectly. I mean, they changed some things because, you know, they have the grandfather reading the book in the beginning. Well, in the book's case, that was William Goldman talking to you, but Rob Reiner gave it heart by making it the grandfather,
Peter Falk. And
yes. And he also said that when he was writing the book, when he was imagining the giant, Fezzik, right? Is that the giant's name?
No, wait a minute.
It's not Bob.
No, I thought Fezzik.
Maybe Fezzik's
I thought that was the little
inconceivable guy. Anyway, the giant, he always imagined Andre the Giant. But he said he knew that when they started making the movie, there was no way they were going to get Andre the Giant. But he told Rob Reiner that, and Rob Reiner said, oh, we're going to get Andre the Giant, because that's who I thought of when I was reading the book. So that's why The Princess Bride is my favorite Rob Reiner movie. It captured the magic of my high school days, and this incredible book. You can't get the red letter edition anymore. It's probably a ridiculous collector's edition. Now it's italics, and it doesn't work as well, but it's still, if you can find that book and read it, it's just like the movie, much more detailed, and just an incredible thing all the way around. And Rob Reiner did it right. So that's it. That's my favorite Rob Reiner movie. Johnny?
Mine would have to be Stand By Me.
That's a classic.
Yeah. And I think one of the reasons, great cast, but one of the reasons it took me back to my childhood, because when the kids are walking down the railroad tracks, and a couple of them are playing Army. I used to do that with my friends. We had a railroad track and we played Army. We probably killed more Germans in our little town of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, than Germany actually had during both world wars. And also we played Cowboys and Indians, and we probably killed more Indians than wherever in this country.
Did you ever go see a dead body?
Actually, yes. Twice. Once it was Father's Day out at Lake Dallas, and actually 3 times.
I did not expect the answer to that question to be yes.
Yes. The second time would be my father.
Okay, that doesn't count. I'm talking like in the wild.
Oh, in the wild. No, not in the wild.
Okay, that's the answer.
I was going to say the third one was
like the movie. You remember the movie? They're on their hike because they're going to go look at a dead body.
Yeah, but the third one was my friend Wayne. So,
but again, not out in the wild.
No, it was in his living room.
All right. That book that's based on a novella by Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
Again, another perfect adaptation, and Rob Reiner was very good at adapting Stephen King. He's not the best. The best is oh my God, his name just flew out of my head. The guy who did
Flanagan.
Yes, Mike Flanagan. Mike Flanagan and Stephen King could be brothers. They're so close in their thoughts and creativity. But I remember I had an argument with my theater manager at the time because he swore that the Body is the name of the book, that the novella that it's based on. He swore it was written by Stephen Crane, who was a writer from, I think, the 1800s, if I'm not, or maybe early 1900s. And I said, no, it's Stephen King. No, it's Stephen Crane. And no, it's Stephen. Well, then Stephen King stole it from Stephen Crane. Well, he didn't. It was Stephen King. he would just, and that was his era. Those were the books he read. So I can understand the confusion, so, but anyway, yeah, it's a great one. Yeah. Stand By Me, another classic.
And yeah, just like Princess Bride, it's great cast.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at where those kids are today. Well, one of them is no longer with us, but we got to watch these kids grow up. So,
yeah, and Reiner was good. He was especially good with actors. Every actor that's worked with him that I've seen so far, the tributes they're paying are just incredible. Jeff, your favorite Rob Reiner movie?
I like A Few Good Men.
Yeah,
that's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Very quotable.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. And the way that he managed the tenseness of that whole thing, that movie just grips you and holds you until the end.
Yeah,
we actually saw that at Cinerama Dome.
Really?
Yeah.
And another great cast.
Oh yeah, Nicholson in that role. I know I don't think he won an Oscar for it, but he deserved it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's, I always I call it the Motorhead problem, which everybody laughs at because I call it the Motorhead problem. But when you're so good at something, like I think Motorhead was great at rock and roll. Jack Nicholson's one of the greatest actors who ever walked the face of the planet. When you're so good at something, it takes something extraordinary to get people's attention again. Because it's like, oh, he's as good as he was in A Few Good Men, but he could have been better. Could he? I don't know what you're talking about. He's not going to get better than A Few Good Men because it was a perfect performance.
A great movie. Yeah. Great performance from everybody in that film. Yeah.
Yeah. Great screenplay and everything about that. And what's funny? 2 or 3 days after Rob was murdered, I went down to the thrift store and there was a copy of A Few Good Men on the shelf, and I bought that sucker. I need to see that again anyway. So
I had only seen parts of it growing up. I mean, through high school, I would quote it all the time because I thought it was, like I said, it's a very quotable movie. But I had only recently, like I think year before last, sat down, like bought the DVD, sat down and watched it all the way through. And actually, I threw in a reference to it in first run, where they're selling oregano to instead of weed, it's oregano to the drug dealers or whatever. Because in the beginning of the movie, that's what he's trying to get that other case off. The kid he bought oregano and they're like, well, it's it's not weed, it's oregano. And I'm like, okay. Everybody who read it is like, I don't think this is gonna go. I'm like, no, it's gonna stay in there. It's gonna stay in the script.
Good.
Yeah. That's funny because I knew a guy in high school who was smoking parsley and thought he was getting high off of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When we went to go buy the prop weed, we went to Winco and we were looking at the oregano, and I'm like, it actually looks more like basil. So we'll throw that in the last minute. So we filled up a gallon bag of basil, and then we just wrapped it up. And then, on the set they were like, this isn't $500 worth. This is like $1,500. I'm like, well, we already mentioned it's $500 6 other times in the movie. So
they got a discount.
It's yeah.
Two things about A Few Good Men. One is that at the end of the in the courtroom scene, Ed O'Neill had a part, and unfortunately, he was in the midst of Married with Children at that time. So when they cut to him at every test screening, the audience started laughing immediately, and Reiner had to cut him. Said, it changes the whole mood just because of your face, plus the fact he was testifying with his hand in his pants. No, he wasn't, but so they had to cut him out of that. And that's unfortunate because that's one of the reasons that Ed O'Neill refused to do a Married with Children movie or a reboot, because he said, not until people recognize me as somebody else, which finally happened with Modern Family. But by then it was too late. Everybody was scattered around. And
well, he did a cop movie once that he was really good in.
Yeah, he's a great actor, but still, you can't help, even to this day, even with Modern Family, you connect him with Al Bundy. You just do. He was so good at that part that you can't separate him.
Well, look how long it took Cranston to break away from In the Middle, Malcolm in the Middle.
Seconds.
Oh, okay.
Cranston is not a comparison because that guy, he finished that movie and you saw his name and you thought he can't do it. And the first time you saw him, you thought this guy's incredible. So I don't think he had the struggle that Ed O'Neill did. But
I think
even though the first time you saw him on screen was what? It was Malcolm in the Middle, but what was happening?
That was not the first time I saw him on screen.
You're lying.
Power Rangers?
No. Wait, what?
He was in Power Rangers a couple of times.
No, it was an episode of what the hell was it?
We don't know, John. You're the one who brought it up.
With Mully and Skull.
Mully and Scully?
X-Files.
There's the episode X-Files where he's in a car, and if it goes below a certain speed, his head blows up. And he's being chased by the cops. And he's speeding like crazy.
That sounds awful familiar. It's like a movie I saw with Sandra Bullock or something. Oh, sorry.
No, that was the bus.
I know, but it's the same concept, except it's not his head blowing up. It's the whole bus blowing up.
But car did slow down, went below a certain speed, and but that was the first time I ever saw.
But Malcolm in the Middle was before X-Files, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Oh, might have been during.
It doesn't matter. I just remember the first time I saw Bryan Cranston, who has since become one of my very favorite actors ever. He was sitting in his kitchen and his wife was shaving his back. Because that's what Malcolm in the Middle gave you. It was like, shaving his back.
He was quite good in that.
Yeah. That's a great movie too. And there's so many other movies that Rob Reiner made that were great. And there's some that aren't so great. I'm going to watch North again because not only is North supposed to be Rob Reiner's worst movie, it's supposed to be one of the worst movies of all time. I got to see that again.
Is that an Eddie Murphy movie?
No, it was Lord of the Rings guy.
Peter Jackson.
No, it was, I'm thinking of the actor.
Which one?
The one that acted
Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
okay. That narrows it down.
I can't even think of the character he played, but you.
In which movie?
I can look it up. It's the Lord of the Rings. Let me look up.
Who did he play in Lord of the
It's
Rings?
embarrassing.
The guy that played Frodo?
Because he's. I don't.
Aragorn? Gimli? Boromir?
Hold on.
All those people?
All those people. No, and this is stupid. I should know this
Galadriel?
off the top of my head, and I don't, and I can't even blame drinking anymore. So,
Elrond?
Hubbard.
Gollum.
No.
It was Gollum.
No, I know who Gollum is.
Andy Serkis.
And this guy's name should be right on the tip of my tongue, and it's not. It's embarrassing. And so is my typing on this friggin' Apple keyboard.
Legolas?
Elijah Wood.
Oh.
See, it should have been on the tip of my tongue the whole time. I know Elijah Wood. I like his work. So anyway, I got to see North again and see if it's as bad as they say it is. But I'm glad that if Rob Reiner had to pass, that this is Spinal Tap 2 was his last movie, because it was a good cap for what began. I mean, This is Spinal Tap was his first movie, and still considered a classic. And despite the fact that so many things had changed in the years since the original came out, Spinal Tap 2 still worked if you knew the characters. You almost have to watch the first one to get the second one, but if you don't, it still works just fine.
Yeah, I told countless people when 2 came out, I said, you got to watch the first one to understand the second one.
A lot of references to the first movie. Yeah. But it turned out fine.
Yeah.
And there was supposed to be a third Spinal Tap movie, but it looks like it's been canceled because A, Rob Reiner's dead now, and B, it didn't do well at the box office. And it was going to be just a live performance of them at Stonehenge. It was just going to be a concert film.
That would have been cool.
That would have been interesting. Do you know we saw Spinal Tap twice in concert?
I didn't know.
I did.
That.
There's a possibility they could still do it as a tribute to him.
Yeah, I don't think they will. I think that with the movie tanking as bad as it did, and it tanked pretty badly. I mean, it cost $25 million to make, so it's not like it didn't lose a lot, but I think it's only grossed like 11 million worldwide.
It'll probably make a lot now.
It's not in theaters anymore, but yeah, it's gonna hit the all of Rob Reiner's movies hit the streamers big time. So yeah. Anyway, sad story, but check out the movies because they are out there, and you can enjoy them to this day. Let's do this first, and then we'll come back and talk about some Christmas movies. Is it as bad as they say it is? We'll find out now on the Backseat Mogul Show. Brought to you by Pele Utu, Reno's only traditional tiki bar. A kaleidoscope of colors and tropical charm with the undeniable allure of paradise and intoxicatingly delicious cocktails. Pele Utu. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. 1275 Stardust Street in Reno, Nevada. For more information, please visit peleutu.com. All right, Jeff just mentioned Misery, which is another movie based on a Stephen King story that Rob Reiner did. Another great movie, and Kathy Bates won the Oscar for it, deservedly so. She was scary.
Oh, I got to tell you, when she put that
Hobbled him.
That 2x4 between his ankles and then used the that sledgehammer. I hurt for the longest time.
I will say I read that book for the first time last year, and that's the first book I've ever read that like stressed me out and like actually got me scared. Because like when he's trying to do things and he's like, is she here? I hear somebody coming down the hall. I hear something, and he's like trying to reach something. Like I just got so stressed out. I'm like, what is going on? I'm reading a book right now. Like this shouldn't be happening.
So we got a comment in the text area from Cimmerian Bolt, and it says, and I know I probably said that wrong because I'm saying it fast. I guess they're saying that X-Files may have been first before Malcolm in the Middle, and that Vince Gilligan wrote that episode. And Vince Gilligan is like the king of television right now. So
did he have an island?
See, I knew you were going to go there.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't he Breaking Bad? He did Breaking Bad. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince Gilligan, Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul, which is arguably better than Breaking Bad. It's amazing. And then he's got Pluribus on right now, which has got me hooked, line and sinker, man. It's awesome.
Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's incredible. He's just, the guy just knows how to make TV. And I don't know if he's done film. I'm sure he's been offered, but he's so good at TV. He's got the pace down. He's got the style down. His TV shows are so visual. I mean, you've seen Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, but
you revisit it.
You remember the visuals from that.
Yeah.
They're just stunning stuff that the guy does. And Pluribus is amazing as well. So we're here to talk about, is it as bad as they say it is? And I can say happily that yes, it is. I watched this movie with my son. We were both fans of the lead character, and we couldn't wait for this movie. He walked out about 3/4 through, and he was only like, I don't know, 14 maybe. And we're talking about Godzilla from 1998. So 14 is exactly how old? No, 10? I don't know. Anyway, Josh, if that's you out there, tell us. We couldn't wait to see Godzilla. The trailers looked fun. They didn't show you the monster until the day the movie was released. They kept it hidden.
That's probably smart.
Is this the one that had the cup holders? Yeah.
Yes.
Which I have 2 of.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I have 1. So what am I shouldn't be talking. So anyway, here's the poster for Godzilla. The day of the screening, we had tickets. We were ready to go. And they released the image of the Godzilla. And I'll never forget looking at that going, no, that's got to be wrong. No, that's right. It is Godzilla.
No, it wasn't Godzilla.
It wasn't Godzilla. Many things, and I took notes here, but I can't find them, of course, about this movie that I didn't like. First of all, the monster design. I mean,
it's an iguana.
In the opening scene, I don't think it is an iguana. I think it's something else. But I might be, it is an iguana. I always thought it was a Komodo dragon, because in the opening titles, you see Komodo dragons swim. And if you've never seen a Komodo dragon swim, you need to look that up on the internet right now. It's amazing. They're like these big dinosaurs swimming, and they're just so graceful. It's amazing. But I think that you're right, because they mention iguana in the movie a couple of times. And I just can't find my notes, which bums me out.
I seem to remember the was there like a nuclear blast or something, and then
Yes.
it was like sitting there on the island. I want to say it was an iguana, and even the design of Godzilla has those like giant scales on the side. That's very iguana-ish.
Yes. It looks like an iguana. It does not look like Godzilla. Oh yeah, sure, they threw some dorsal fins on him. So what? It's just not Godzilla. And the thing that bothered me about the movie as I was sitting there watching it is here's this Godzilla. And there were some funny scenes in it. That John's favorite Hank Azaria scene, which we will not repeat again. The other scenes where people are in the office and Godzilla's walking behind them and I need a news story. And then Godzilla walks behind him. Well, Godzilla. What do they call him? They call him Zilla, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zilla.
That's his official name.
Because he's, yeah. And so there were some moments in it that were good. There's a number of Simpsons cast members in it. And I learned that the reason for that is that the director loved the Simpsons. So he tried to hire as many as he could. He only got 3, but he got 3 of them in there. So there's 3 Simpsons actors in there. The problem is it's not a Godzilla movie. It's a giant iguana movie. And the first thing this giant iguana does is swim to New York, come out of the water, stomp through the streets, and then disappear. Where is that thing going to hide in New York?
That big. Yeah.
And then they show you where he's hiding, and you're like, well, that's stupid, because it is stupid. So in addition to the design, does that look like the Godzilla that we all know and love?
That looks like a guy with a dragon head climbing. I'm going to say climbing a building.
That was the image they released the day of.
That looks like a T-Rex.
It doesn't look like Godzilla.
No, not at all.
And the other thing is that, Godzilla, of course, has this radioactive fire, right? And I did not remember this Godzilla.
That's right. I don't remember that either.
But as I'm watching it, there's a couple of scenes that this is how bad it is. I can't tell if he's spitting the fire or if he's just kicking cars and they're blowing up. But there's scenes that look like he might be actually spitting the not radioactive, but spitting the fire. But again, I'm not sure from watching it if that was the case. It just, and then they have the cute little Godzillas at the end that they have to all kill. They're all hiding in Madison Square Garden because nobody goes to Madison Square Garden, so there's no way they're going to see all these Godzilla eggs down in the cellar. It's sold out every night. It just got worse and worse, and I really was hoping that maybe I was wrong, but based on its history, every Godzilla fan hates this movie. Even Toho beat the hell out of this Zilla character in their Godzilla Wars movie. Mm-hmm. Remember that little thing running?
A little side note, I've actually been to Madison Square Garden.
That is a little side note.
Got to see the Rockettes and also got to see a movie, Gregory Peck or Cary Grant? Charade.
Did you go down to the cellar and see if there was Godzilla eggs?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there wasn't any.
Yeah, it's just
the cellar wasn't that big.
It's just not a very good movie. Now, you've both seen this, right?
Yeah, I saw it when I was a kid.
And your thoughts remain the same?
It was cheesy. I was like, wow, this is Godzilla. And then I didn't experience Godzilla and the real Godzilla until after high school. So, yeah.
So now you know the real truth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's a big, we got some more comments here. Let's take a look at them. Let's see. Josh, that is Josh in there. He was 9 when we went to see that version of Godzilla. We saw the monster early because Toys R Us released the toys early. I don't remember that, but that makes sense. And he says, I do recommend the related Zilla cartoon. It's really good and has great kaiju designs. And he's right about that. There was a Saturday morning cartoon series with that Godzilla, and it's way better than the movie. And also, if you're lucky, like I was, I found it at one of the dollar stores, and it was the complete series for like $3.99.
Well, what was that Godzilla one I gave you? That DVD.
That was Godzilla Wars.
Okay.
Yeah. He was at the store. Yeah, just Godzilla movie you can pretty much just buy for me. Even if I have copies, I'll take it. I'm stupid like that.
Oh, it's just like our Batmobiles.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Godzilla, this movie, having marketing at Taco Bell, right?
Yes.
Well, the cartoon had marketing at Carl's Jr. I seem
Oh,
to
did it?
remember that.
I wonder what they had.
That was back in the day when like the actual marketing with the fast food joints were actually good. And
Yeah.
nowadays it's not as fun anymore.
It's not. No, it's not. And it's just like the Cracker Jack toys. The Cracker Jack toys used to be really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I got a 44 Magnum. You know, and
Now it's
Wow.
and nowadays it's a sticker.
paper.
Yeah, it's a sticker or something like that.
Well, I remember fast food joints used to have cool action figures, and now it's like sometimes, or like Wendy's, you get paper.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's just not the same. I have a complete set of the Universal Monsters from, was it McDonald's that did that? And
Because I know they did Marvel also.
they're so
and
cool.
DC.
I just love those little action figures. They're just, Frankenstein's all green. They had the creature, the Black Lagoon. He's all green. Dracula was gray or something like that. But they're just cool little figures. But you're right. They don't, not like the old days. So anyway,
So that would be a big yes.
the bottom line on this is that it is as bad as I remember it was. You guys not fans either?
It was fine when I was a kid. Like I said, I haven't seen it since, so it's still fine in my mind.
You know what? If this had been released as something other than Godzilla, it might get more points for me. But the fact that they're saying it's Godzilla, and the perfect example is Devin, who does the anime show. He put it on for his daughter. He goes, "Have you seen this Godzilla movie?" She's all, "No." We're going to watch this. He puts it on. They watch about till you see a lot of the monster, and she says, "That's not Godzilla. That's just a big lizard." Like, yes. And that could be the big difference there, because I'd been a Godzilla fan since I was a kid. And then this comes stumbling into theaters. Plus you're so excited because the Godzilla movies, what are the budgets? $10-15 million. And all of a sudden, here, take 40 million, which was a lot back then, and make a God. You're thinking, yes, they're going to nail this. And then they swing and they miss.
What's the first Godzilla movie you ever saw? The very first one.
I can't even possibly tell you. I have no clue.
What was your first one?
This one.
My first one was the one with Raymond Burr, which actually
So that was the second.
was not the first one, but
Right.
it was the first one I saw.
Yeah.
That particular one with Raymond Burr was actually the first one where they added his scenes later.
Yes. And then later on, he appeared again in another Godzilla movie.
No, I didn't know that.
He was much older man. Yeah. I understand, and I haven't seen it, even though I've got the Criterion collection at home of these, is that the first Godzilla movie that's in Japanese only is brutal. It's because it was about the horrors of nuclear war.
It is super depressing.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. And I haven't seen it, and I want to just sit down and watch it one day and see what's going on. But that's what my understanding is. The original Stan Winston concept from the remake is interesting. Well, let's look that up. That's from the chat room there. Let's see if we can find that. Stan Winston. Is he the one that did Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
Kind of nailed that.
And Aliens.
That looks like Godzilla.
That would have worked.
Yeah.
That
That's
would have.
pretty good.
And look at his arms. Finally, they give Godzilla arms that are workable. Because his arms always
Looks like a
especially the
bodybuilder.
action figures.
Why didn't they do that? That almost looks like the new Godzilla.
Yeah, you know what? Let me see if I can share this with our audience there. Yeah, it's a good Godzilla. I would have been much happier with that movie.
It looks like he's laughing.
Yeah, why don't you tell him that?
Hey, are you laughing?
Let's see if I can pull that up. I got a feeling I can't. I mean, I can, but it's going to take some work.
There you go.
We're looking for this picture of Godzilla from Stan Winston's design, and it's loading up here now. And I can tell you already, it's way better than.
Oh, yeah.
There's Stan Winston's design. That looks like Godzilla.
Yeah. Add a little more chunk, and you get the legendary, the new one.
Yeah, exactly.
What I don't like about it, I mean, it's great, but what I don't like about it, the arms look too human.
Godzilla's always had arms that, well, I mean, first of all, he's in a suit, so his arms were human. But even then, his arms always seemed too short to me. And especially in the new movies, his arms seem too short.
Those are long arms.
So these are nice long punching
But
arms.
they just look looked like a boxer's arms.
Yeah, well, that's good because he's king of the monsters.
Oh, sure do.
So I forget that part. Anyway, so that's my bottom line. I'm not a big fan of that Godzilla movie. In fact, it was just as bad as I remember. Johnny agrees. Jeff, it was his first experience to Godzilla.
Soft spot,
and so, yeah.
Very soft spot.
And that's fair.
Was the original Godzilla the Japanese one? Was that from a book or was that a screenplay?
It was from a screenplay, but my understanding is there's books out there now, but I don't know if they're newly written. In fact, Josh got me one for Christmas. I don't know if they're newly written or just newly translated. Do you know?
I want to say it's just a movie. It's just that movie came first.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, was it written by R. Scott Bolton?
It was not.
Oh.
Speaking of R. Scott Bolton, if you have Amazon.com, go to their search engine.
Why you got him?
And yes, type in R. Scott Bolton, author, and you're going to pull up a list of books.
Wow.
How many books?
Several, a plethora of books. And the most recent that's available is Bowling Bag in the Back Seat. And as always, my favorite is Dead Dick, which is about a 1940s private detective. Back then, private detectives were called dicks.
And they're still called dicks, John.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. But anyway, he gets killed back in the 40s, but he ends up in the Betwixt. And every once in a while, he is sent back to Earth to right a wrong or to correct things.
Or to protect a little girl.
So it's really good. One of the things I like about R. Scott Bolton's books, if you're from Ventura County, you will recognize a lot of the Ventura areas, even the ones that actually end up taking place in Hawaii, which is Begin Rumble Strip.
That's right.
So
that's on Jeff's list to read, right?
I think so. Yeah, whatever's next.
You have that book. You got it last week.
Oh, is that the next? Oh, that's true. Yes.
And one of the things I like about R. Scott Bolton books, you like the way I say R. Scott Bolton books?
It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you. They run the gambit from fantasy to science fiction to horror, aka terror, to almost everyday life, to killing bugs.
No, there's a lot of bug killing in it because that's what my background.
And excellent books. I highly recommend all of them. They're available on Kindle. Some are paperback, if not all of them. And the early ones, some of them are available on hardback. So if you have Amazon Prime, you're going to get free delivery. Order them now and you'll have them as Christmas presents because Christmas is next week. So go to Amazon.com.
There are no better gifts than the complete R. Scott Bolton collection. Take that from me, R. Scott Bolton.
And you contact this program, and I guarantee you, if you have any of the hard copies or the paperbacks, you'll get them autographed by R. Scott
sign
Bolton.
Your Kindle if you want.
Yeah,
you won't be able to read it afterwards, but
you can sign the back of the Kindle.
That's true.
So anyway,
thank you, Johnny, very much.
Got it in there.
All right, let's jump to our Christmas movies because we have Christmas is next week. Jeff, did you see a Christmas movie this week?
I saw a Hanukkah movie.
Oh, a Hanukkah movie. Oh, tell us about that.
I finally sat down and saw 8 Crazy Nights. I had seen the trailers when I was a kid and thought, wow, it's a cartoon. I want to see that, but it's not a cartoon for kids. So never got around to seeing it.
So what's the rating on it? What's the age then? I thought it was for kids.
Like PG-13.
Really?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of vulgar. I mean, it's
language mostly.
Yeah, it's one of those Adam Sandler movies.
Okay.
At least I think it's PG-13. I don't know. I wasn't allowed to see it, so I was just assuming. Yeah, so I've been wanting to see it the past couple of Christmases, but never got around to it. And finally this year, my wife and I sat down last night and we watched 8 Crazy Nights, and it was funny. It was okay. It wasn't like amazing. I wouldn't say it's his best movie, but it's like
you should have split the movie up in 8 showings.
No.
That would have been 8 Chris.
I feel like it was missing some stuff because when it ended,
Nights.
I think so, yeah. Because when it ended, I was just kind of like, oh, that's it. Like, I don't know. Like
Interesting.
there was a little more that needed to be said. I think it needed to be a little longer. But yeah, there were some funny parts. A lot of jokes that you couldn't get away with today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So you're saying it's in the middle of Adam Sandler stuff. It's not as bad as that Western he did. I can never remember the title of that.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
Trust
But
me.
It's I would say yeah, it's in the
Ridiculous
middle.
7?
It's in the
Okay,
middle there.
something like that. Yeah.
Ridiculous 6.
Ridiculous
something like
6.
that.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was.
I'll watch it by next week. How about that?
We're not forcing that on you. I promise.
No,
And
you
know
are.
what? I got no issues with it. It was the #1 movie on Netflix for at least a couple of weeks because Adam Sandler is Adam Sandler. He's one of a kind. As you well know, I want that man's life.
He voiced like half the characters in 8 Crazy Nights.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Is
like,
it animated?
yeah, it's animated.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like the town drunk. He's causing all kinds of trouble, and he's going to be sent to jail. And then this little old man comes up. He's like, "Oh no, like let me take care of him. Let me see if I can straighten him out." And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, "Damn, is that Adam Sandler voicing that old man?" She's like, "I think it is." And then we get through the whole movie, and then I look it up. She's like, "You got to look this up." So I look it up, and he voiced himself. He voiced the old man. He voiced the old man's sister, and then he voiced like these deer that would run around in the movie and stuff like that. I'm like, well, he voiced everybody. I couldn't even tell, that he voiced the other lady. But yeah, it was a wild movie.
I got to see it. I'll watch that. Is that Netflix?
No, it's
Prime? Tubi?
Paramount Plus?
I had
Let's
to
go through them all.
Paramount Plus. It's on
It was
Paramount Plus. I don't have Paramount Plus, so I rented it on Prime for $3.
I'm surprised it's not on Netflix.
Well, you have to remember that he'd had many deals before he did his Netflix
yeah.
deal. So that's why I was asking. Was that basically was it pre or post Netflix deal?
Yeah.
And apparently it was pre. So plus he still makes movies that aren't Netflix. They're not his productions.
Mm-hmm.
He stars in them, like Uncut Gems, for example.
Well, he started in that.
Yeah. And anything else you saw or?
Christmas wise?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. We'll swing back by to those.
By next week, it's going to be, I don't know if we'll be talking about Christmas next week, but I wanted to see Die Hard because I've never seen Die Hard.
Oh,
and I know. It is a Christmas movie, so that's another one that I've been wanting to the past couple of years see that for Christmas. Die Hard, and then what was the one that Richard Attenborough was in? Miracle on 34th Street, right?
Remake.
That's what I want to see.
Do you have that?
I do not.
I do.
You have the Richard Attenborough version? That's not the original, right? That's the remake.
Which one do I have? I'll have to look at my.
Yeah.
Which I'll do that in a few minutes.
Yeah, you got it in your phone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I got to see 8 Crazy Nights. That sounds good. And you'll also see Avatar by then. So we can talk about Avatar next week.
Oh, yeah. I'm seeing it tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Bright and early. I'm going to Pandora. Nice.
A lot of the reviews have been ridiculously good. And, then you have the people who poop on it too. But what a surprise there's out there. Do we know what the Rotten Tomato rating on it is?
It's apparently James Cameron's lowest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. But what does the audience say?
I don't know. I haven't even been looking it up. I don't want to know anything.
We won't look it up.
No. You're good to look it up. I'll just look away. You can tell me the score.
No, because okay.
You're good.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Oh my God, they're blue.
34%. No, I'm just kidding. 67. That's not bad.
You were supposed to tell him.
And the audience is 91%.
Wow.
So what does that tell you? It tells me it's going to make a buttload of money is what it tells me.
I am so hyped.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm looking very much forward to it. Now, you said something about watching the first two before you go in. It's probably smart. I don't think I'm going to have time to do that.
I just can't remember seeing the second one. I really can't. I don't.
Is that when you were smoking dope?
Or something.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see it till it was in theaters. I mean, till it was on streaming.
Well, that's just like there's a bunch of the episodes of CSI with Lawrence Fishburne. I don't remember seeing these. I'm
You
watching.
remember talking about them last week?
Yes.
Okay, just want to
It's the one where
We
they
did?
were. It was the one where they were in the water a bunch. They were swimming around with the
CSI.
the way. No, I mean it could have been.
Fishburne.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I vaguely remember that, but that might have been from trailers. I
The
just don't
Tolkien,
remember.
the whales,
I don't remember.
Payakon, the Tolkien. No, doesn't ring a bell. Met Kaina.
Oh wait, what? No.
I want to see it. I want to see the third one. I did see the second one, and I think I told you last week that as I was watching, I was thinking, why did this movie make $2 billion? Like the first 20 minutes is just because they're setting things up. Then something happened, and I went, "Oh, this is why." And I was like writing a surfboard in. It was from that point on. It was amazing. Johnny, what'd you see Christmas movie?
Well,
wise?
before we go there,
Oh, it's a gun. Oh,
Yes, now you're talking.
Little Debbie Christmas trees.
Johnny bought us little boxes of sugar blocks.
Yeah. And these are, oh, I love it. I used to be that size.
Size of Little Debbie.
Well, yeah, when I was a little kid.
Okay, let's open those later. We don't have
Too late.
yeah, because then we're gonna start.
Okay.
I have a lot of Little Debbie lore, so. Well,
Ooh.
Do you?
yeah.
Is it good, Little Debbie
I
lore?
don't know. My wife has been on a Little Debbie kick this year. She saw the light up tree that they have at Walmart.
Oh,
We went out and got that. She got a bunch of boxes of this. She's got a pop socket on her phone of the Little Debbie tree. She's like leaning into it because it upsets my dad so much. Yeah, like when I was in Scouts, my Scoutmaster used to tell stories about how he dated Little Debbie, and he probably shouldn't have told those stories to little kids. Be sitting around the campfire, and yeah.
I love Little Debbie's too much because their little peanut butter bars are my favorites in the world, but they're also killing me slowly, but that's okay. All right, so Christmas movie. Are you gonna?
Here's one that I watched. Actually, I watched I think 3 of them. Yes, there was 3 of them I watched. The one that I really liked the most was the 1947 The Bishop's Wife. Great cast. It had Cary Grant, Loretta Young, David Niven, Elsa Elsa. I can't get
Elsa
her.
Lancaster.
Yes. Great cast. And this movie, it's one of my favorite Cary Grant movies. It's a dejected by his efforts to raise money to build a cathedral. Bishop Henry Brome, played by David Niven, beseeches heaven for guidance and is visited immediately by Dudley, Cary Grant, who claims to be an angel. Henry is skeptical, then annoyed when Dudley ingratiates himself. Oh, I said that word right. Himself into the household as his assistant. And worse, wins the attentions of Henry's long-suffering and kindly wife, played by Loretta Young. Very beautiful lady. When Dudley continues to intervene in Henry's struggles, the bishop decides to challenge heaven. Now, I highly recommend this movie. It was a really, really good, well done, well written, well acted.
This is The Bishop's Wife. Is that what it's
The
called?
Bishop's Wife.
Okay.
Now, it was remade back in the, I guess, the 90s, and it was called The Preacher's Wife. And that was
Yes.
with Denzel Washington
I remember
and
that.
Whitney Houston. And Denzel Washington played the angel. Whitney Houston played the wife. And I just had his name, the guy that played the preacher. Can't think of his name. Anyway.
Roger Moore.
No. More Roger. No. Anyway, both movies are very good, but I really, really enjoyed The Preacher's or The Bishop's Wife. Yeah.
Okay. What was the other movie? Because you
I saw the 1935. Let me pull
that's
it
the year
up.
you were born, right?
Close.
How close?
Hang on, let me pull it up. Because if I don't do
While
it,
John's pulling that up, we have a suggestion from the chat room. The Muppets Christmas Carol. That's a good one.
Mhm.
That's another one that's on my list.
I saw the 1935 movie Scrooge. I got it was originally obviously 35. It was black and white, but I got to see a colorized version, which I got to admit, it was well done. Now, I'm not a big fan of certain movies that are colorized, but this one, I thought it was well done. And again, if you know these actors, it was a good cast watching them. Claude Rains was in this movie.
Could you see him?
I don't remember. He actually,
You
no,
the
you
joke.
couldn't see him.
Missed the joke completely.
You couldn't see him, but you heard his voice.
There you go.
He played Marley.
Oh, cool.
And the
Invisible Man, which is
I don't know if you've heard any of these names. I'm not going to go through them. The only name that I really recognized was Claude Rains. And this particular movie, everybody knows the story of A Christmas Carol.
Sure.
Ebenezer Scrooge, played by Seymour Hicks, is a can't say that word. Curmudgeonly businessman who hates the Christmas season because it interferes with making money. And again, everybody knows the story of A Christmas Carol.
Right.
But
we just had the Muppets
Right.
Christmas Carol recommended.
And this particular movie was actually called Scrooge. But when it opens up, it says A Christmas Carol.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But anyway,
Does it say Scrooge as well?
no,
The opening titles?
not in the opening titles.
That's very
I
interesting.
believe it was originally advertised as Scrooge, not Scrooged, just Scrooge.
Yeah, that wouldn't be Scrooge back in 1935.
And when the movie starts, maybe this is when they colorized it, but it's a red plaque and it says A Christmas Carol. And I quite enjoyed it, seriously. The effects that they used back in 35 was obviously all practical
No
effects.
CGI?
No. I didn't see any G or I.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No C's probably either.
I recommend it. Now, both these movies I did see on Amazon Prime. Now, another movie I saw, and I can't remember if I saw it on Tubi or if it was on Amazon Prime or if it was on Pluto. The remake of Babes in Toyland. Now,
What year is that?
88, I believe.
Okay.
And it starred a very, very young Drew Barrymore, a young John Wick.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Wow.
That's it. And watching, it had Richard Mulligan, Pat Morita. I enjoyed the movie because it was so ridiculously stupid. And I think that's why because I like.
Okay, but is it stupid, or is it like just nostalgically? You know what I'm saying?
No, I wouldn't even say it was cheesy. And to me, watching this movie, it was like a cross between The Wizard of Oz, the original March of the Toy Soldiers, which Disney did back in the 60s, called Babes in Toyland, which had Annette Funicello and I believe Fabian, and or was it Frankie Avalon, one or the other, and not Fred Gwynn. Oh God, it's one of the Gwyns. Anyway,
Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that was it. No, yeah, it was fun to watch, ridiculously stupid, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, look how young these people are.
Yeah. And Keanu Reeves and I just said her name.
Drew Barrymore.
Thank you, Drew Barrymore.
I love Drew. I think Drew's terrific.
She was so little.
Well,
and
she was little when she did E.T. as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, real
Yeah.
little. And the woman who played her mom and also Mother Goose was I'll pull that back up.
I don't think it's going to help you.
Well, yeah, it will.
Mother Goose.
No, that wasn't her real name. No, not that. What?
Oh,
The cast list.
Yeah, the cast list. It was 86.
Eileen
There it is. Ellen. Yeah.
Eileen Brennan. She was
Eileen
great.
Brennan, yeah. And
Pat Morita was in that?
yeah, Pat Morita.
Pat Morita. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
he played the toy maker
Oh, very cool.
and Santa.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I enjoyed
Silly
it,
but fun.
but yes, very silly but fun. And like I said, to me, it was like a cross between The Wizard of Oz, because Drew Barrymore's character gets knocked out, and she awakes in Toyland.
There's an unusual concept.
Yeah,
What do they call that in anime? Is that an isekai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except usually they don't get knocked out. They just
That's true. Yeah.
well, the way she gets knocked out, she's in the back. They call it a Jeep, but I think it's actually a Suzuki rough edge
okay.
vehicle like you had.
Yeah, like my samurai.
And it hits a bump, and
Ruth hits a tree.
she falls out the back of it on a sled that her sister gave her for Christmas. And she slides down the hill, smacks into a tree.
Nice sound effect.
Yeah, you like that? And next thing you know, she wakes up and it's not snowing anymore. She's actually flying, and she lands in this giant wedding cake. And it's just, like I said, it's up until that point, yeah, this looks interesting. And then it really got stupid. But, and Richard Mulligan, he plays the bad guy, and he does it very well.
Well, he's good.
Yeah, he was. He was
That
very
wouldn't
good.
surprise me at all.
But anyway, those were the 3 Christmas movies that I saw.
I saw 2, one of which I'll just talk about briefly, and then the other one I want to go into a little bit of detail from. But the new one I saw is called Finding Joy, and it's Tyler Perry's Christmas movie, his new Christmas movie. And I will tell you that it's very well done, as you'd expect from Tyler Perry. It is very Christmas oriented. If you're looking for the difference between a Christmas movie and a Christmas movie, is that, a lot of people say if a movie takes place at Christmas, that makes it a Christmas movie. But a lot of people say it has to have that heart and soul of a Christmas movie to be a Christmas movie. We just had this argument yesterday at the Friday Shot Day show. Mm-hmm. So this one is more of the actual warm and fuzzy Christmas stories. It's a romance about a woman who tries to get away from what she thought was her boyfriend, breaks down in the snow, and is rescued by a very handsome mountain man who takes her to his cabin and helps her heal. Of course, they fall in love. Shocking, I know, but that's the story. Anyway, that's when briefly it's fine if you're looking for some holiday, something just to put in the background, maybe while you're doing your holiday stuff. That's perfect for that. The other one I saw that everybody knows is Love Actually. Now, Love Actually is one of those movies. 2003 was the original date, and almost instantly became a holiday classic. And many people still watch it to this day. It's back on now. And I hadn't seen it since the original theatrical run, so we watched it again. And I learned some things about it. First of all, really enjoyed the movie. The characters are great. Their character arcs are great. It's terrifically told, incredible cast, and it's worth seeing. But I learned some things about it. First of all, there's 2 versions. There's a version that's from the UK and a version from the US. And have you guys seen that movie, Love Actually?
I don't remember if I did or not.
Martin
I remember
Freeman.
the title.
Okay, Martin Freeman plays a body double for the movies, and he's being a body double for a very racy, like hard R cable movie. So his scenes are mostly, well, maybe not mostly, but probably 2/3. That's mostly done naked. he's doing thrusting and these other moves because they have to match the lighting to the body double, so that when the actual people do it, they get it done right. So he's working with this woman who's also naked, and those scenes were cut for the American version because they thought they were too racy. And I got to tell you, they're pretty racy. They also cut out a few F words because this is an R-rated Christmas movie. It's not a kid's Christmas movie by any shot. So they cut out some of the F words. I don't go for edited movies, so I forewent that one and I found the British version instead. And so that's one part of it. The second one is, and this one kind of surprised me, as beloved as that movie is, there's a sequel that not many people know about. And what happened is there's a charity called Red Nose Day. And you guys have probably seen
I've heard of it.
the stores they sell the Rudolph red noses, and they like $5 and $2.50 goes to charity and $2.50 pays for the nose. The cast, virtually all the cast with one exception, got together to do a sequel, and it's a 16-minute sequel on that. Good luck finding it. I had to do some magic to hunt it down, but it picks up from where the movie ends and tells that with the story of where the people are today or then 13 years later, and also pitches the Red Nose charity. And I thought, what a great concept. And the fact that these stars of such, I mean, we're talking Bill Nye and Hugh Grant, big stars, agreed to come back and do this for charity is a big deal. And it was pretty entertaining. It's, it's just a real quick, look at where they are today, but it was also very funny for its short running time. And I love the fact that it was for a charity.
And you watched.
Yeah, I was able to find it. And
it's called Red Nose.
The sequel is called, the movie is Love Actually. The sequel is Red Nose Day, actually. So I didn't know that sequel even existed. And when I mentioned it on KVTA, man, wait, there's a sequel? I got to see that. Well, good luck finding it. Google it. It's out there. That's all I'll say. But I didn't know that either. So that was really the only Christmas movie the Christmas movies that I watched.
Now, God, why didn't I think about this? Babes in Toyland was done with Laurel and Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
And some black and white.
The original?
Yeah. I have a copy of that. And if I thought about I should have brought it up here today. So if you guys are interested, I
bet you can find that on YouTube. Because I would just bet, but I don't know.
But if either one of you guys are interested, I'll bring it up our next show. And maybe your daughter would like to see it. I know she would really enjoy the Disney Babes in Toyland. Because that's in color, and like I said, it's got a Annette Funicello, and it's either Frankie Avalon or Fabian, one or the other. And not Keenan Wynn, not Fred Wynn. Who's the other one?
Penguin.
No, not Penguin. No, he did a couple of Twilight Zone episodes. One where he's a time traveler, where he's in current day, and then he gets transported back to the gay 90s. You know the one I'm talking about?
No. Just the way you described that, the gay 90s.
Well, it's not that gay.
It's not that important either. So let's move on. By the way, Andrea says that in Love Actually, Emma Thompson, by the way, superstar in my books. Emma Thompson's just freaking amazing. She found out she was getting cheated on at the same time she was filming the scene in the movie, which might explain why she was so good in that, because she was putting forward channeling real feelings. Because that scene is my wife, I don't want to say hated that scene. She because she loves that movie, but she felt so bad for her and thought, because in the scene, I'll explain what's going on, because you guys you don't know. She's hanging up her husband's closet, and there's something in the pocket, and she takes it out, and it's this gorgeous gold necklace, I believe. And she goes, "Oh, I didn't want to see my Christmas present." And she puts it back in his jacket and forgets about it. Christmas Day, she's all excited. She can't wait to open it. She opens up her gift. It's a Joni Mitchell CD. She's all, who is the necklace for? And it's heartbreaking. And a lot of it's Alan Rickman as her husband. I mean, the cast just keeps getting better and better in this thing. Mm-hmm. And that scene is truly heartbreaking. And now that maybe we know some of why, if that's what happened to her. Mm-hmm. But Emma Thompson, man, she's got a new series now that I can't remember the title of, but it's incredible. Did you find it, Johnny?
Yes. It was 1961. Annette Funicello, Tommy Sands Ray Bolger, Tommy Kirk, Ed Wynn.
Ed Wynn.
See, okay, he was in a great episode of Twilight Zone where he played that toy maker, and he's scheduled to die, and then death
Mhm.
comes in, and then he's making the pitch for the angels. Love that episode. Great episode.
So many great episodes there.
You remember the episode where he sells trinkets and shoes. He's like a street vendor, and this rough, tough guy comes along, and his line was, "I know what you need,"
Mhm.
and he would sell to that person or give to that person what they needed. And this one,
I need to win the Powerball.
I'm not him. I can't tell you.
Oh, damn it.
He gives these shoes to this one guy, and Edwin was a fantastic actor.
He was.
And he did several Disney stuff.
Yeah, he was Mad Hatter, I think.
Oh, really?
And Alice in Wonderland, some other.
I think he was in a couple of the beach movies, like Beach Blanket Bingo or something like that.
Mhm.
But it had to be because of Annette Funicello. I cannot say her name. Annette Funicello. And Tommy Sands, because they did a lot of
Tommy
Disney
Sands, a lot
stuff.
easier to say.
Yeah.
The only place I've seen the blanket movies, the beach blanket movies, is in tiki bars. It's playing up on the screen there. All right, let's move on to stuff we saw this week. Jeff, you want to start with that? What'd you go see or see on TV?
All I saw other than 8 Crazy Nights and 8 Crazy Nights was I rewatched Avatar 1 and Avatar The Way of Water with my wife because we're going to go see Avatar Fire
I
and
didn't
Ash
know
tomorrow.
You've already watched them. You've already.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
watched
Okay,
them
I thought you
both
were
already.
gonna. Okay.
No. We're gonna. Oh, we don't have that kind of time. We're gonna. No, we watched them earlier this week. It took a few days.
Yeah.
As we,
Yeah.
an hour
they're
here,
long
an
movies.
hour there, an hour here, an hour there. Yeah, they're exactly like I remember them.
They hold up.
Yeah, they hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I'm
Um,
curious to see this one because the difference with the first two was 10 years. And
Yeah.
now we're down to, what is it, 2 years? Or has it been 3 years?
It's 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. And as far as I know, I think it picks up like exactly where the last movie ended.
Really?
So I'm excited to find out more about it. Apparently, like the new one, like 4 and 5 is going to be different now or something. I don't know.
I don't think he'll direct them. I think he'll be producing them, but I think somebody else will pick up the direct because they're not going to let those sit.
Yeah.
You don't let something that makes even if this movie only makes they're saying it's not going to hit 2, it might hit 1.5 billion.
Mhm.
What a bummer. They're
Yeah.
going to be fun. There'll be more Avatar movies to come.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the 2 movies hold up. They're great. I like
Avatar was 09.
Yeah. I remember when that came out. I went to go see it in theaters and they had the new 3D stuff on there. And, I thought it was cool, but it wasn't like, I didn't really get the impact back then. I was like, it's okay. Yeah.
The thing that blew my mind about the first Avatar was that James Cameron seemed to be the first director, and I know I've mentioned this before, who realized that 3D didn't mean throw things at your audience. It meant depth.
Yeah.
And because if you watch those movies, it's like you're looking in a window instead of watching a screen with things flying out at you.
Mhm.
Even though a couple of times I remember there was one missile that got fired and it came out and I jumped. I thought it was going to get me.
Really?
Yeah. And this is another example of movies that have to be seen in the theater. You really need to see Avatar on the biggest screen you can find. Where are you guys going?
We're just going to go to Cinemark.
The big XD screen?
No, we're just going to go see standard.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's,
You still a big screen.
yeah, I'm kind of weird with that. Like, I'm just gonna go see the movie. I don't really do the whole IMAX or XD or anything because I'm like, I don't know enough about the specs, and I know a lot of theaters don't actually do
You're
the
right.
way the specs need to be. So you got to go to hyper specific theaters if
Yeah.
you want to do that. Because I was like, should we go see it at IMAX in Camarillo, or well, I don't know, like
It's a mini IMAX.
yeah. So we're just gonna go see it standard. Figure, I can enjoy the movies that way too.
Yeah,
You know,
you absolutely can. And you're probably right about the XD screen at the collection,
yeah.
because it's probably not up to snuff. If I was going to see an IMAX movie for the IMAX, I would go out to Valencia.
Yeah.
Where they have that screen, and we've seen James Bond there, we've seen Godzilla there, and Furiosa.
Yeah.
And it's an experience.
Or the really IMAX screens they got out in Universal City.
Yeah.
That theater's pretty good.
But you also are paying $27 a ticket. So
yeah.
But I don't mind if I'm getting that experience.
And I have, my parents have to watch my kid during that time. It's almost a 4-hour thing. So the longer you add, more finicky it gets. But like I was seeing some stuff from the 4DX screenings where the seats are going like this with the flying. Like they don't do that at the 4DX at Regal, or at Cinemark. I can't. I don't.
I saw Jaws
so weird
last time it was out for the 50th anniversary in the 4DX things, because it's the only way I hadn't seen it, so I thought I'd try those. And it was interesting because the only time that the effects really worked, because you always feel them, but this it's no big deal. But was when Ben Gardner fell out into the hole there. Mm-hmm. That chair went bing, and make sure see, I'm hitting the mic. Make sure that you felt that charge, that jump scare. And then the best times though were when Hooper was underwater, because the chair kind of floated like you were in the water.
Oh, okay.
And it felt real. It was really effective. But other than that, you didn't need to see it for that. It's 4D's fun, or 4DX, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's not necessary. Johnny, did you see anything?
Just the movies that I mentioned, which is on TV.
Okay. Well, I watched 2 movies in particular for a reason. I think I told you guys that I was jazzed because I found a copy of Bullet, the Steve McQueen movie, on DVD. Well, I was playing my DVD and watching the movie, and it froze about 10 minutes in. Right. Well, damn. Took the disc out, cleaned it up, put it back in, played it to that point again, froze again. All right. Took it out of the Blu-ray player, stuck it in the PS4, started up, played it, same exact point, stopped again. I'll just rip a copy. Maybe I can rip a copy. Put it in the computer, try to rip a copy, froze exactly the same place again. It's a bad disc. It's just, and it's the disc is pristine, but something on it's wrong. It's not working. So I thought, great. Now I'm not going to be able to watch Bullet. Well, it was on Tubi. So I pulled up Tubi and I watched Bullet. It had the commercial breaks in it and what have you. But as I was watching it, I kept telling myself, this feels like a Dirty Harry movie. And because it's that kind of renegade cop kind of storyline, but Steve McQueen's in it instead of Clint Eastwood. And so I Googled it. Well, I found out that the Dirty Harry character and the character in Bullet are based on the same real life cop.
Oh.
So that's why it felt like a Dirty Harry movie, because it's the same kind of storyline. And Clint Eastwood could have easily done Bullet as well, by the way. The chase scene is the thing that gets mentioned often in that movie, and that chase scene still holds up today. It's pretty riveting and well shot. And I think that the sound people didn't get enough credit, because that screen rumbles when the big throaty engines are going. And it was the chase scene did not end like I remember. Do you remember how the chase scene ends?
Yes.
I'll just use 3 letters: BBQ. And
talk about fire and ash.
And anyway, so Bullet was very good. But then I thought, I always hear these comparisons between Bullet and Death Proof, because Death Proof has a great chase scene in it as well. So I watched for the first time ever the full length Death Proof. Now I've seen the shortened version that was in Grindhouse, but this is the full length version. Basically, it has a whole lot more dialogue. And one sequence I don't remember being in the Grindhouse version, where Kurt Russell's smelling feet. Because that's how he, in Death Proof, he's a stuntman who has a car that the driver's side is death proof. Passenger side, not so much. And he's a bit of a serial killer, and he likes to kill people by crashing into their cars. And he ends up injured, but by the time he's recovered, he's got his car rebuilt and he goes to another state because they're on to him. They know what he's up to, but they can't prove it because he just doesn't drink and drive. And his passengers are always drunk. So yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, the big chase scene comes along, and the whole concept of this movie I love because he's picking on these poor women at this bar who are just out to have a good time, drinking and partying, and they all end up dead at his hand with that crash. So 14 months pass, and he's in another state, and he's watching this second group of women. And he's going to plan to do the same thing. But he's made a serious mistake because two of the women are big-time movie stunt people. And one of them, Zoe Bell, is considered, I think she's considered the number one stunt person female in the world. She's only with Zoe Bell as Zoe Bell. She uses it to her actual name. Yeah. And so anyway, the chase scene in that, it's just as good as the chase scene in Bullet. It's riveting. There's all kinds of action. There's freeway. Too many innocent people die, but it's the Quentin Tarantino movie. So what do you expect? There was one scene that I think he just couldn't bring himself to cut out that wasn't necessary, but it's right in the middle of the chase scene. It suddenly cuts to this motorcycle that's off the road, hits a curb and throws the driver into like a shack that's on the side of the road. And it feels like it was injected. And I'm sure he just probably couldn't bring himself to cut it. That was a good stunt. I got to put that in there. But the chase scene is just as riveting, especially when this guy thinks he's got the hands up because he's Stuntman Mike and he's this mass murderer. Well, he didn't count on these women. And so anyway, it was outstanding as well. Of course it was. I've seen the Grindhouse version. I'm a huge Tarantino fan, and this movie is a Tarantino movie. So, and it's I think it's 90 something minutes long, as opposed to the 60 minutes that's in the Grindhouse version. So there's a lot of additional footage.
There's been a lot of chase movies out there. Bullet, one of my favorites. The Hidden, one of my favorites.
French Connection.
The French Connection, one of my favorites. The 7 Ups. Another.
Roy Scheider.
Yeah. Great chase scenes. Cannonball Run. And Smokey and the Bandit. I mean, they are chase scenes, are chase movies.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Now you're talking. Yeah, exactly.
But but of all those I just mentioned and you guys mentioned, my 4 favorite, Bullet, French Connection, 7 Ups, The Hidden.
That's 4.
I said 4.
You said 3 first.
Did I change it?
Paying attention.
Oh, thank you.
Did you have you seen Grindhouse? I mean, have you seen Death Proof?
Yes.
You saw the full
I
the
saw
full
the
version.
Grindhouse version, the one
Okay.
with the other movie, something Planet.
Planet Terror.
Planet Terror.
And Robert Rodriguez.
Tarantino with the melting genitals. Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever forget that as long as they live. I don't think there's a full version of that, is there? Did he release a full version?
I don't know. I have it on DVD, but I haven't.
You have the Grindhouse or Planet Terror?
Planet Terror.
Oh, so maybe there is a full version.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I have both of them. I have them right next to each other. On the thing. Yeah.
And they finally released the Grindhouse, I think a Blu-ray with both of them on there on the thing. So that was a great concept, and unfortunate it tanked so badly because that was a lot of fun. And that's the other thing about Death Proof is they've got the movie all scraped up and everything, so it looks like it's this vintage film. But
Planet Terror 2-disc extended and unrated edition.
There we go.
It's available on Amazon.
I'll have to pick that up.
Amazon.com, which also you can find R. Scott Bolton
already
books.
did that. Robert Rodriguez, almost as big a fan as of Tarantino. I think that guy's amazing. The fact that he's built what he's built from what was it, $1,000 movie? Is just
3,000.
Yeah, but it was 1,000 to make and then 2,000 for prints, right?
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
I think that's what I read. Yeah, but I mean that he's built that empire out of that is incredible. I wish he'd do more. I was at a convention one time and there was this huge line of people. And there were other stars all around me with shorter lines, but this huge line, I thought, who the hell is it? And I went up and I looked, and it was Robert Rodriguez. I was stunned that he would be that popular at that. So what are you looking at now, Johnny?
I wanted to pull, there we go. I wanted to pull up Robert Rodriguez.
Oh,
He did all the Spy Kids movies.
so much fun.
And the Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Sin City, Alita Battle, Angel.
Oh, yeah. He keeps talking. He'll do a sequel to that. Machete. Let's not forget Machete.
Machete Kills. He did The Faculty.
Yes, that's right. Okay, I'm going to tell you my story about The Faculty, and then we'll close out for the week, because this is just it's a story about my dad. You may know this story.
Oh, it's great.
We were in Laughlin for just me and my brother and my dad, and we were doing what you do in Laughlin. You drink and you gamble a little bit, and we decided, let's go to the movies. We'll go see The Faculty. So we go to see The Faculty, but before we go, we stop at the liquor store, and we each get a little bottle, those little 375 milliliter bottles of whatever we got. I think he got rum, I got tequila, Doug got something else. And we took him to the movies with us. So we're sitting there watching the movie, and all of a sudden we hear this bottle fall and hit the ground. It doesn't break, it just falls and hits the ground. That's bad enough, because everybody's like, what was that noise? That's my dad's bottle. And we were sitting near the back of the theater, and that bottle pinballed all the way to the screen. Bing, 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 bing. It just went on, and we're like, anyway, that's my story about The Faculty. All right, next week, you're going to talk about Avatar?
I will be talking about Avatar. I'm
Very
going to
nice.
try to see those other Christmas movies and possibly Welcome to Derry.
Yeah, I really I'm going to try to get that done this week, because I need to finish that. We got hooked on Pluribus, but we're about halfway through that or more. So we'll finish up Pluribus, and then I'm going to jump on that, just watch the hell out of it, because I really enjoyed the first episode. I really did. Johnny, what are you going to watch? Anything in mind?
I'm probably going to be working, but if I do go to the movies, I might go see.
Jeff works too. Just thought I'd throw that out.
Yeah, but he makes more money than I do.
That explains.
Yeah, you do make more money than I do, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen your bank statements.
You don't want to.
Okay.
I might go see Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I did see Wicked on Amazon Prime, so I don't know. I think I'll wait to see Wicked too. I'll wait till that comes out.
That was Jeff's recommendation. Watch it in streaming. Isn't that what you said, or is that somebody else?
No, I said I wasn't a big fan of
Okay.
the second one. I think they.
And there's another new movie that just recently came out.
SpongeBob
No,
movie.
I'm not going to
Come
go
on.
see that.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
No, I never saw the first one.
Okay.
I can't remember. I just looked it up and I can't remember what it was.
Well, I will be going to see SpongeBob the movie.
Yeah,
And
I
yes,
know
I'm going
you
to pay money to go to the theater and watch SpongeBob the movie. I just have to pick a time there's not a lot of kids there, because they'll throw me out.
Good luck.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm a huge SpongeBob
You
fan.
could just buy the theater out.
I'm not that big a SpongeBob fan. All right. So
Yeah, but then you'd have it all to yourself.
I'm not that big a
Oh,
bank account either.
here's what you do. You buy a whole bunch of sponges, glue them onto yourself, and then go in there. Nobody will sit next to you.
I can't think of a better time to end the show. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Hey.
Check us out at roughedge.tv if you're listening to this podcast. John is showing you a picture of the
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that stuff to everybody out there, and we will see you on next week. Right?
What is next week?
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
Bye. Brought to you by The Grape, Ventura County's premier jazz venue and cocktail lounge, located at 2733 East Main Street in Ventura. For menu and music schedule, visit them online at thegrape.club. This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.